Rabbit from Boston. I'm sorry, Emma, but your take on Donda a couple days ago was hot trash. It's a good album, his best since Life of Pablo. You just won't accept Jesus in your life. Sad. Yeah, I did not think it gets too religious, and the first song is just Donda, 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 Donda. I mean, I'm sorry. I used to be a huge fan of Kanye, which now sounds corny, but like it's bad.
The moment anyone says it's his best album since Yeezus, I'm like, okay, no, thank you. Nice troll. Troll. That's like putting Jay-Z on your top 10 like rappers list. It's like, okay, good try. Good try. You know, Jay-Z's best album since The Blueprint 3. like what are we even talking about? Come on. Like nice try.
Yeah.
If you're
phoning it in at this point.
Like, I understand like what Kanye West is doing. I guess it's at least, he's trying to, experiment. That's
maybe,
fine.
yeah. Yeah.
In my ideal world, everyone would have not the money he has or ability to hold an entire nation hostage for his experimentation, but they would have the freedom to experiment with art the same way he does. Right. But, I think the just vast amounts of wealth that he's dropping on these ego trips can really confuse people into thinking they're a little bit more meaningful than they actually are.
He's very much lost touch with any semblance of reality that was on his, the greats of like late registration and graduation and all that stuff.
The worst thing you can really say about the album, in my opinion, is that it sounds like his last three. Like, that just doesn't sound like, all of the pomp and circumstance that surrounded his production made it sound exact. It sounds no different than the one that came before or whatever.
Aaron is not cool says, wait, is Brandon saying Hove isn't top 5?
Of course not. That's a top 5 what? Top 5 rappers from Brooklyn born in the year he was born in? Maybe. But I don't know what evidence there is to support that.
Holy shit.
That's just not a position you can defend. Like Hove, maybe if Hove stopped rapping after 2000, you could say that. But at this point, the ratio of bad to good, you can't listen to his verse on Monster and tell me he's a top 5 rapper. No, that's delegitimizing that entire verse. My
Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, another A+ album of Kanye's, but his verse on that actually is really bad. Now that you say it, it's definitely the low point. Love, I can't get enough of it. Yeah, yikes.
He just names every monster he can think of. He's like Wendigo, blue, skeleton with a sword and Viking hat. Just looking at he pulled out a D&D manual, like
just
fucking Beholder
for episodes of Supernatural.
I love Supernatural. We can if the whole politics thing does not shake out, we can do a Supernatural podcast.
He's on Party City looking at Halloween costumes, and that's how he wrote the verse.
It's just flipping a page in a Pathfinder book. Like, yeah, whatever.
Reading Goosebumps.
Houlihan? What is that?
All right. So we got a little off track.
Haven't listened yet.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't listened to Kanye since Yeezus, which I really enjoyed.
I think Yeezus is kind of Kanye's, to compare him to another auteur like M. Night Shyamalan, it's kind of Kanye's Signs, where you can be like, yeah, I enjoyed Signs / Yeezus, but in hindsight, it was the beginning of the end. And there were a lot of things about both that signaled where it was the artist was going that would make you think that
Yeezus has really high highs and some weird lows there.
I just M. Night Shyamalan tighten it back up. Good for him.
The M. Night Shyamalan discourse is where I'm jumping in now. I thought Signs was a great movie. I still think it still holds up.
Yeah, it's a movie, a lot of religious undertones, a lot of Phoenix. What happened after Signs?
Right. Was it Avatar that came after?
No, after Signs was The Village, which is another.
No, The Last Airbender. I mean, sorry. Yeah.
No,
I Village and Lady in the Water, and that's.
I think The Village. I think The Village is another really good one, though. I don't think that's a bad movie. I think that's really good.
I watched that. It wasn't as bad as I had thought. It wasn't great, and I kind of got it after a while, but it was okay.
I think that ending your movie the way The Village ended is basically the same as saying it was all a dream, and that's a very low bar of a twist.
I liked it.
The Happening, guys.
Oh
no,
for
me,
The Happening is great. The Happening is a banger. But we're not going to have
for me, The Happening is where he goes all wrong. I actually even like Lady in the Water, if you could believe it. But The Happening is, for me, that's where he's just like, ooh, this is a bad movie.
Low point for Paul Giamatti.
The Happening is bad enough to be worth watching. Mark Wahlberg puts in a banging performance as the world's most unrealistic science teacher. It might be my favorite thing that I think I would say Zooey Deschanel is in. Is Zooey Deschanel his wife in that?
I think she's in it, right?
Yeah, but my favorite thing that she's in that's not Pushing Daisies, obviously. And yeah, just like it's the lemonade scene with the woman on the porch. You eyeing my lemon drink? That's a classic.
All I remember from that movie is the shot where Mark Wahlberg is getting super close to the plant and going like, "Hey, plant, how you doing?" Like, it's like, and it turns out to be a fake plant. For people who don't remember, the movie's about plants that start releasing whatever that starts killing people. And so I think it's bad. It's where my M. Night Shyamalan completely falls off for me. But then he came back with some good ones later on. The one about the kids who visit the grandparents' house. That's really good. You guys should check that one out. The Visit, I think it's called.
Okay.
And then I can't co-sign that opinion, but it definitely is an opinion.
And then Splice, that was a really good one.
Is that by M. Night Shyamalan?
Yeah,
that's the one that's the sequel to Unbreakable.
Oh no, Split. Splice is the one with Adrian Brody, where he makes his own daughter out of clonal cells and then bangs it.
All right, guys, I love this so much, but we probably should move on.
I'm sorry. This might be my fault.